Because first of all, you suck. Hey, according to them, so does he, but that's okay. You want to go home. Just shut up for a while. How about that? And second of all, go ahead, find it. Go ahead. Oh, wait. It's called a promo, Shut your mouth. If you want to be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead. See you, fourth wall. The reason why they boo you is because they see right through you. You're a phony. You're a yes man who can learn how to do anything or be anything. So if you wrap all that up, you're just a fake bitch. We're talking now, ain't we? Yeah, you're hearing me now, ain't you? Not only that, he's a part-timer, fake ass bitch.
Yeah.
A week so you can hang out on the Today Show. Then jump on his big old bus. And hell, maybe I'll come to a WWE show if they paid me enough. But what are you really going to do, John? What are you going to do, huh? You're going to jump off that bus with that big ass shovel. That big shovel. That big shovel. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to bury as much young talent as you can. Because that's what you do, right? That's how you stay on top of the mountain. You'll do anything. You're just a backstabbing shark. But the thing is, the reason why you don't like me, what irritates you about me, you can't bury me, John. You can't touch me. Hell, I think this is fitting. I'm the one guy in the WWE that John Cena can't see. So now tell me
Wow.
this. Why would I want to lessen myself, my legacy, my bloodline to be the next John Cena when I can be the one and only Roman Reigns? Done. Done. You see, because Roman Reigns is a fool. Roman Reigns is a damn fool. There's an old saying, it's better to keep your mouth shut and have people think you're stupid than to open and prove them right. You, of all people, you waltzed down here and used the same pathetic excuse that every other single person before you has done. You, with all your gifts and all your opportunities, you have the gall to blame me. That's fine, big dog. Congratulations. It took you 5 years to get a halfway decent promo, but now I'm about to shrink you down to size. Okay. So everybody back there thinks I got this mythical golden shovel. That I got these magical powers that I can control everything and keep everybody's faith. I can't tell if you're blind or stupid. Look and listen. They hold the keys. They always have. They always will. You gotta blame me. Fine, I've been hearing that racket for 10 years and I ain't tired yet. I'm strong enough to perform a lot worse by a lot taller. But you actually believe that I'm a shark, that I hold everybody down, that I swim to the top and keep them coming with you, homie. I haven't main evented WrestleMania in 5 years. I was the opening match at SummerSlam. I was honored and privileged to earn the United States title at this stage in my career and use it as a beacon of opportunity to introduce new superstars to the WWE like Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, just to name a few. You took the U.S. title as a demotion. And you stand there and blame me. Fine, I blame you. I'm still here because you can't do your job. When it comes to this yard, you probably haven't learned it yet. There's only one rule: step up or step aside. And over the years, there's been a few to step up, but nobody to ever keep up. And then I finally hear about this one guy, the Roman Reigns, the one that can keep up. And now I look at you and listen to you. You should be ashamed I'm a part-timer, because I can do this part-time better than you could ever do it full-time.
I have a long list of guys from NXT. Just want to get your comments on. What you gonna do?
I finally gave up. I'll go to the floor and I'll flip you, okay?
Oh, okay.
There's shit like that, really. Do you not know how to wrestle? He broke his own leg trying to counter a wrist lock.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, when he was in the wheelchair on NXT TV, that's how it happened. He broke his own leg trying to counter a wrist lock. He blamed it on the canvas being loose. Which, okay, let's say the canvas is loose. I've wrestled on loose canvases before. You know how many ankles are broken? 0. So there's that. Then he actually, remember when after he'd been called up, he tried to blame Manny for that happening. He was in the ring with Kalisto. When he did it, he tried to blame Kalisto for it. Kalisto called him out right away. Motherfucker, you broke that thing. You broke your ankle because you don't know how to wrestle.
Right.
What happened?
How did he get to the main roster and then just off the script?
Well, if you believe his story, which is not true, Enzo has a bad habit of editing himself in the wrong ways. Like he'll re-edit stories. He won't tell you the details. I'll give you a quick rundown just so you understand this before I tell him. He bragged about one time they were downtown. They were in Tampa. They were out partying, whatever. Some girls drive by, and he yells, "Show me your boobs." And the girls go, "Show me your dick," and he goes, "Show me your bedroom." And they went back and fucked these 2 girls. This whole thing. He leaves out the fact these 2 girls were, first of all, about 300 pounds apiece. So when he's telling the story to people, he tells them, oh yeah, I'm helping out stuffy to do all this stuff. He leaves out the fact they're both about 300 pounds. That apparently they lived in the same building as they did. And when he was telling one of his friends about it, I think he was telling Cass about it in their apartment. Fucking the maintenance guys were there, like, "Oh, you fucked the girls in this apartment over there, gross, man. Their face smells like shit." So they're ripping with him. So when he tells the story,
If he would have thrown a pick right there, I would have closed the game so fast, dude.
a guy named Joe DeFranco up in New Jersey. Enzo is a disciple of the DeFranco gym. He actually has the DeFranco gym logo tattooed on his thigh. He finds out that Joe's training Triple H, so he puts together this promo video where it's like, yeah, it shows him rapping, and it shows him doing MMA, and it shows him boxing, all the stuff he's done. And he goes, I closed it out with, you could put me in Yankee Stadium, and I'll still be the realest guy in the room. And I can make you convince Joe to show this video to Triple H. Triple H said, okay, this kid's got some charisma. Let's put him in the fucking ring and see what he can do. They give him a try. Now, the way Enzo tells the story now is that Triple H found the video online. Because that makes it sound Dusty Rhodes.
Right.
Going through the story. The funny thing, once again, it's like he claims to have done MMA. He can't go hold on and save his life. He claims to have boxed. He throws punches like an epileptic. Like it's that sort of thing where he makes all these claims, but he can't back anything up. He claims to be a rapper, but he's one of those guys who has to write everything out. He'll brag about, well, I've got 50 notes full of promos, and my reaction is you have to write down some of this. You can't just talk. Like you're talking about how you're the realest guy in the room. I never got to use this line, but I always wonder how you talk about being the realest guy in the room. You got fake gold, fake Jordans, fake leopard print, fake hair with a fake accent. You pretend to be an Italian and you're actually German. It's like, unless you are the realest guy, there's only real about you being a guy. It's insane, but even the God, even the I had one. This one got me because I got nervous about it before it happened, and I got a feeling it was going to happen, and it did. He held before show. It was a Tampa show once again. We're gonna do the cutoff. It's me and English. You're gonna see me in the cast. So it's just gonna be like whatever. I close on. Or I was gonna close on. I was like, hey, can you take this up? He goes, oh yeah, bro, I can. I did dance up. Doesn't sound very confident. Okay, so a little louder goes down. Are you sure you take dance up? Because I mean, we can just do it all at once. No, bro, I take dance up. It's okay, I can take it. Okay. Later. Maybe we should just cut it. Let's fuck it. I'll just fucking long it. Because I mean, it's last show of the year. No, bro, I can take the ball. It's cool. I can take it. Okay. He turns around. I go to close on it. He headbutts me in my chest. Turns around and DVDs himself.
You should have shut up some of that afterwards.
I think I'll try to style it too many times. But, so that happens, and then when we get back, once again, Terry goes, yeah, take care of him there. Of course, at no point is Terry ripping me an asshole about this, did Enzo ever mention he didn't know how to take an inside out, which once again, I get told after the fact, he was asking people how to take the bump before the match. He had no idea how to do it, he never done it before. And rather than just being an adult and saying, I've never done it before, or I'm trained to do that, he lied, injures himself, and then I get shit for it, which would actually want to become a thing in my career with him.
Well, let me ask you, for the debut, your debut at Payback, you guys faced them, and that was the match that was stopped because you got the legit concussion. Did you get a lot of heat for that?
Never directly. I don't know if there ever was any. I think most people knew that Enzo was kind of a clod in the ring. If you see famously the Claudio match he had recently, where he tried to go out of the ring. My favorite part was I found out he thought it was he was always fine. He was trying to skin the cat too.
Yeah.
Which I guarantee you the same thing. He said, "Can you skin the cat?" "Oh yeah, bro, I can skin the cat, no problem." And sure enough, he can. But
A lot of people have been calling him out as a really
yeah.
so.
And it wasn't even the first time. Actually, the first time I think most people saw it was the Payback match. Because a few months later when he wrestled AJ, he tried to do the dive and he got his feet on the ropes and almost died. It was that. I think there's even one where he did like it was a hardcore match with like Sheamus and Cesaro where he winced on a candlestick shot and caught him in the eye. But so the spot, it's actually Enzo's spot. He's done this a million times. This one legitimately he's done before. I've seen it. Where you go to slide him into the ring, like he's in baseball slide. So what he does, he puts his arm on the rope, so it looks like he hits his head, basically doing a dab on the rope. Relatively minor bump, but it looks nasty. It's a very Norman Smiley thing. And Norman was very big on spots like that, like something that looks nasty but isn't really that bad. So, boom, come in, grab him, go to throw him. I give him 3/4 of the ring. I'm basically standing in center. I swing him around, so he's almost touching the ropes, about a quarter way out, because obviously I don't want him to get close, so he has to tag. I go, I start running with him. I'm going through the whole way. My hands are here. He's holding. Running. He starts to slide. Boom, hits. I do a big follow through. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. I go out of the ring. I look at him. I'm like, man, he's selling the shit out of this. Cool. I go to grab it. I'm a light touch with grabbing. It's very, because I know how much that sucks when someone grabs you this way. So literally fingers on the temples, side of that. Comes with me. Okay, he's good. Rudy Charles, referee, we're in replays. So I let go of him, turn around, start back with the crowd. I turn back around, I see this. I see the axe. He's out. So, watching it back, near as I can tell, one of two things happened. Rather, two things happened sort of congruent. Number one, Enzo starts sliding real late. Near as I can figure, he either thought I was just going to stand there and do this, and he thought because I was so next to him he shouldn't start sliding it, or he just slid late because he was running too fast. He was definitely running too fast either way. If you watch his entrance on that show, he actually drops his microphone because he's so amped up. He was way too smart. And contrary to what Steve Austin said, I actually was about as melancholy about that match as I could be. I've wrestled Enzo and Cass plenty of times, and I wasn't exactly excited to do it. It was always an acceptable match, but it was never a favorite. If you put me out there with Jordan and Gable, we'd lose track of time. Because we just like wrestling each other. It was fun. Enzo and Cass was going to be a Philippine match where it was like, okay, we got to go to A, B, and C. We've got to get these things in. We've got to do this. We got to, we'll do the spot with Enzo. It'll usually look like this.
Right, so it seems like you guys really enjoyed my video talking about some of the craziest wrestling shoot interviews. So I thought I'd come back for more with another 3 crazy wrestling shoot interviews or series of shoot interviews that were very controversial for very different reasons. Some more infamous than others, some you may have seen before, been recommended to watch before. So like the video and subscribe, and let's just jump straight into it. So on my last video, I talked about Howard Stern and how he's had a history of wrestlers going on his show, with some of the most infamous appearances being ones from John Cena and Chris Kanyon when he had that call with Ric Flair. I went into more detail about those interviews, but one I briefly mentioned and didn't go into full detail on was his interview with Goldust, which I believe...
Oh my god, I thought he was gonna miss him and he was just gonna keep going all the way, dude. Oh my god, that would have been so sick.
Full gear and full character, and he's doing his Tourette gimmick at the time, so it makes for some pretty funny interactions with the rest of the cast.
I went to the doctor. All they know is it's some kind of some neurological thing, you know.
But who electrocuted you? How did this happen?
Well, Randy Orton and this guy, I knew up and coming guy named Batista. Hey, you. Hey, you're on the old Goldust.
Hey, Goldust, I heard that you're a big fan and that you've patrolled the Castro district in San Francisco for young boys.
Oh, no. Why don't you come down here and say that?
And that you've got electrocuted up your butt.
Grand Canyon.
But while Goldust is in character, once Howard Stern starts bringing up some more real stuff, like the plane ride from hell, alluding to that and his ex-wife, then Goldust does start to speak a little bit more candidly, and you can tell he's kind of getting his real thoughts off. As he also seems pretty stoned-locked and doesn't really know how to respond when Howard Stern brings up his participation in the plane ride from hell, like when he serenaded Terry Runnels, his ex-wife, allegedly. That's one of the famous stories from the plane ride of hell that Howard mentions to Goldust.
Hey, Goldust, what about your personal life? You say you're divorced. Yeah. Did it happen as a result of you getting Tourette's? No. It didn't. It's because you're not Tourette's. I'm Tourette's.
Well, who is saying it's Perez? We got
I'm
proof
saying
everywhere.
y'all are saying it's Tourette's.
The WWE doesn't say.
No. What do you want to say?
Can I ask Goldust about a story I heard about him?
Go ahead.
So I guess
Is it about the Grand Canyon?
Goldust is married,
Yeah.
and then they got divorced.
Right.
And I guess WWE
Here we go.
was on a plane. The whole gang was on a plane, and Zach White was on the plane because I guess she's part of the gang. And
Oh, you were married to a wrestler? No.
oh, but she was on the plane, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess they served some alcohol on the plane, and Goldust had a couple of drinks, and then he got a hold of the loudspeaker for the plane and started singing love songs. And then she got
I wasn't
upset.
exactly like that.
And then she got upset, and then they had to stop serving alcohol. And now they don't serve alcohol on those flights.
Because of you, they can't serve alcohol. It's not my fault.
No, who?
A lot more to win on a plane than that.
Well, that sounds like a painful topic for you.
You still in love, Spine?
Yeah, you still in love with it?
No, I hear guts.
You do.
Yeah.
You have to pay her a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's what drives you crazy, right? I mean, you have to take chairs to the head.
You're electrocuted.
You get electrocuted, and you have to give up all your money. That drives you crazy.
Grand Canyon.
Well, I could see that this is a tough topic for you. I'm not talking about Tourette's. I'm talking about
Your home life.
your home life. So she wasn't a wrestler, but how long were you married?
Married 8 years, actually.
Are you out banging every chick now you can
No, I'm married.
Again?
Again?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why not just play the field?
I'm one for one. Yeah.
What about this incident on the plane? Was that what happened? You wanted to woo her back? You started singing love songs?
Wasn't trying to woo her on the plane.
You wanted to woo woo!
Having a good time, you know.
Right.
What the fuck?
What's wrong with singing love songs on a plane? Well, if you're him.
Love, look at the choo-choo.
Yeah, and the other thing I heard is that you had this accent. You were like, I guess, what it is, it's very good. Really? You have pressure on the last one?
And that, of course, is the very famous interview of Simon Gotch burying Enzo Amore, which due to YouTube's broken algorithm algorithm has become one of the most popular shoot interviews of all time because it has probably been recommended to you before, and it took me a while before I finally clicked on it and watched it, and I gotta say, it was definitely worth it. There's some really great stories in this interview from Simon Gotch about Enzo Amore, where he's just shitting on Enzo Amore. Enzo was obviously a very polarizing figure backstage in WWE. Many people say that his character on screen was the exact same as his real life personality, and there was no distinction. One of the best stories Simon Gotch tells in this interview is about Enzo Amore breaking his leg from doing a very simple submission hold.
So there'd be things like that. There'd be things like he'd want to do shit in matches that was just completely stupid. One point I remember actually throwing up my hands and saying, I am a 30-year-old man. I've been doing this for 12 years. I'm too fucking old to be arguing with you about whether we're going to do a fake fight. We had one where it was even where I would try to work with him. I'd be like, okay, we're going to do this spot, whatever. Low bridge me, I'll go out. I was like, I'm trying to land on the apron. If I do, come to me. I'm going to give you a fucking grinder. If I miss the apron for any reason, just so you know, it wasn't very good. If I land on the floor, come after me, I'll grab your feet, trip you, and I'll just spin you around and start on. Which is it going to be? I don't know. I'm going to try and land on the apron. I'm telling you, I might miss. There's a possibility I might miss the apron on the floor. I'm trying to warn you of this, so you know if that happens, what to do. Well, what's it going to do? What you going to do? I finally gave up. I was like, I'll go to the floor and I'll trip you, okay? Oh, okay. And shit like that, we're like, do you not know how to wrestle? He broke his own leg trying to counter a wrist lock.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, when he was in the wheelchair on NXT TV, that's how it happened. He broke his own leg trying to counter a wrist lock. He blamed it on the canvas being loose. Which, okay, he said the canvas is loose. I've wrestled on loose canvases before. You know, my ankle was broken through. So there's that.
And my personal favourite bit and funniest part of this interview is Simon Gotch talking about how he questions Enzo Amore's so-called admiration for Dusty Rhodes, because there was apparently a time where Enzo Amore somehow thought that Kalisto, the former WWE luchador, was in the same era of wrestling as Dusty Rhodes, and they faced each other.
But just to give you a level of his understanding of wrestling, you were interviewing Manny Fernandez, correct?
Yes.
Okay. One of the guys who's an unsung hero of wrestling, a guy named Frank Miller. He also worked under the name of Frank Dalton. He used to do WCWD shows with Manny. Now, one day, we were sitting in the one of the conference rooms watching videotape, bullshitting with them. So it's like me, English, Sasha, Bailey, Enzo Cassidy, just a bunch of like his classmates, with those class. We're in there, and we're just telling you about the wrestling stories. And the story I have is that many years ago, when they were doing the